soda and sugary drinks. New York City, Mike Bloomberg this week was about to have his wish come true, which was that they were not going to be allowed to serve sodas over 16 ounces in restaurants, in stores, bodegas, that whole thing. And then at the last second, a judge jumped in and stopped him, said this is not legal, and now Americans can all continue our right to be fat. Where do we fall out on this?
I'm torn, actually, because there's a part of me that there's a great thing in the piece I read earlier. 9 out of 10 neighborhoods that have the highest obesity rates in New York City also have the largest sale of sugary drinks. So it makes sense that there's a correlation between sugary drinks and obesity, and it's a huge, huge problem.
No pun intended.
Yes, but at the same time, I really love Fresca, and now Fresca would not be a part of it, but I love soda and I want to be able to buy it in any form, size that I want at any place because I'm an American.
That's hilarious. So your one example is a soda that wouldn't have even been because it doesn't have real.
It's just, I know, not a good example. Well, but like Coca-Cola. Yeah. I want to be able to buy a Coca-Cola. I get that. So I'm torn. I don't know.
Desi, what do you think?
Well, I understand why Mayor Bloomberg is doing this, because the cost to the state from, chronic health impacts of the obesity crisis that we have, the long-term attempts to deal with obesity and diabetes, especially in children, the childhood obesity epidemic. This is going to cost us a lot of money as a society overall. So I understand why he's doing it. It's just, I know that this is the right mechanism for it. There's so many loopholes into it. It has to depend on what the New York City has authority over, and there's some places that they don't have authority over, so it's really going to be a mishmash of how they enforce it.
Contents of the drink.
Yeah, contents of the drink. It's Starbucks. I saw that at one point Starbucks was saying, well, are we going to be including on this too?
So Starbucks was saying they weren't going to do it. They have the money to fight it perhaps, but now, at least for now, they don't have to deal with it. Adam, you are a fit man. Look at you.
Tried. Not as
so
much as I used
I'm
to.
guessing you don't drink a lot of sugary drinks.
No, I think that if it wasn't for fat girls, then I'd have a much tougher time in college, and I think I think that people. I think you need.
Wait, the lie. Can you just lay that logic out again?
I think that fat girls serve a very good purpose in life. I mean, they're good people in general, but sometimes, your girlfriend dumps you, you need to get some ass quickly.
Yes.
Normally, you need to get some head. Fat girls are known to give really good head, and
why are they known? Because they eat a lot? Or put a lot of things in their mouth?
I'm sure you're known as well. But I'm saying, so it's one of those things where you need fat people. Look, when I pull up to a fat person, I go, hey, where should I eat? And he points to the restaurant, I know that person's gonna know what the good restaurant is.
I like that, when I pull up to a fat person as if they're an entity.
They're just standing on the street corner.
They say never trust a skinny chef, right? I mean, you've heard that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how are we gonna know what food tastes good?
I'm sure they love it when you do that.
Right, but although you do make several good points there, Adam, I think, Desi, you hit on what I thought was the most important part here, although I haven't pulled up to a fat woman lately. The idea that because of now Obamacare, let's say, for example, we're all in this together now. We're all paying taxes into the system that's going to give us health insurance. So if the person next to you is eating poorly, you're going to end up paying for their health care. Yeah. So doesn't that give us all a reason to back things like this, even if it doesn't seem like it adds up?
Yes, I think that, because, another good point that the law makes is that the largest portion of people who are obese in America are people who are either in middle class or lower middle class or poor. And these are the people they're forced to buy. A child after school has a choice of buying a Coca-Cola or an apple juice that costs $2 or a Coke can that costs $1. They're gonna choose the thing that costs $1. And so they're getting obese from that. And because we're paying in with Obamacare into the system, we're paying for that child's obesity 20 years down the line.
But it's not the soda. They're getting obese because they're not doing anything. They're going home playing video games.
That's part of it.
That's part of it. But look, I drink a lot of soda. I eat like shit, but I work out and I go to the gym and I try to run as much as I can. That's really the problem, I think. I think that the soda isn't, the kids are just going to drink 2 sodas or 3 sodas. They're going to buy more soda. They're not going to withhold from soda because it's 20 ounce versus a 16 ounce or a 14 ounce. So
so again, it's that mechanism. Is this the right mechanism for it? When you say that we pay into the system for chronic health impacts, we also pay into the system for farm subsidies. We have this corn crop that is pervasive throughout everything we eat, every bit of processed food, and the meat that we eat is raised on corn as well, which is completely unnatural to what they evolved to eat anyway.
Just for people that aren't exactly sure what you're talking about, there is high fructose corn syrup, fructose fructose? Which one is it?
I say fructose.
Fructose. Okay, I did it last week too. There is corn in our soda. People don't realize you have a soda, a Sprite, you are drinking corn. That is crazy.
I think
that's not a question.
Isn't corn healthy?
Well, corn is a great crop.
Right.
Corn is a fabulous crop. It does all kinds of great things, but the corn system that we have is the problem. There's a great article in The Economist right now that discusses the corn system, how the subsidies that we use and the crop insurance program and various other policies throughout the Department of Agriculture and, of course, big biotech companies like Monsanto, they all pay their lobbyists to make sure they get the kinds of policies that will benefit their product the most. And so you find here with this New York soda ban that the beverage industry is a major fighter for this, obviously because that's their business model. So they would fight it. And when you're somebody like a kid in New York City who only has $1 to spend, the Coke is going to cost you less because it's subsidized by the rest of us.
Thus proving that everything comes down to money once again. We do have to move on, but just for the record, if you're a overweight chick and you're into Adam, his Twitter handle is right down there. Or if you're angry at him, his Twitter handle is also right down there. Bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. Get this shirt. Use code TRR20 at bonobos.com.